I'll tell you what we could do, Tony. I can go ahead and just kind of share just a few minutes. Most everyone sounds like a few of them know you, but I say welcome to Prestige Leadership Advisors special edition today. Joe's been, as you can tell, inadvertently called away. And so I'm just kind of filling in to try and help facilitate some of the login and any of the chat that you all might be interested in adding. So today's feature, we're going to do the mysteries of membership sites revealed. And while we're all kind of waiting for the rest to join in, get signed in and comfortable with videos, then if Tony, I'm going to share just a real brief bio of you, if that's good with everyone. Maybe take a couple minutes and burn up some of that 5 minutes you're hoping to cover. He was born in Liverpool, England. Tony has decades of experience as a record producer, recording engineer, videographer, and composer. People that he's worked with in various recording capacities, and some of you, I'm sure, like myself, have heard of them: Cat Stevens, Billy Ocean, Beck, Elton John's band, Regina Bell, The Temptations, and many other Motown artists, Alan Parsons, George Martin, yes, Brian Johnson from AC/DC, Matchbox, Ray Manzarek from The Doors, and Hensley from Uriah Heep, Shanana, Stanley Clarke, Chick Corea, and the numerous others. Tony's had many recording and publishing deals, several hits, and he's had his own studios since the early 80s. 1995, before there was any talk of social media, Tony created a really cool cyber town, a massive online social networking community membership website of people from 155 countries interacting in a 3D virtual reality off-world town set about 100 years in the future. And I know that Tony plans to tell everyone a little bit more about that in this webinar. Most recently, Tony has been producing album projects for local artists in Florida, as well as mixing, unmixing, and mastering for artists around the country, creating videos and pioneering very high quality live streaming producing, including David Pomerantz's Song Sessions video podcast series, where David interviews legendary songwriters such as Richard Marx and membership sites are one of Tony's favorite, tells me, online income vehicles. So I'm going to say welcome, Tony.
Well, thank you, Teresa. The check's in the mail.
There you go. Works for me. I'm obviously cheap.
Okay, so let's get started. And I'm just going to pull up my screen share and go over a couple of things. If you, Chris, if you can, Chris and Tim, if you can mute your mics,
Yes.
unless you want to speak when you want to speak, obviously turn them back on. But for right now, if you can mute them, because there's a bunch of noises coming in. Okay, I just muted Chris. So here we go. Here's my screen, I hope. So let me know if you see a screen. Okay, good.
Yes, we see a screen.
Oh, good. Me too. That's what a coincidence. Okay, so yes, so we're going to be covering the mysteries of membership sites. They may not be mysterious to you, but they certainly were to me when I first started. It was kind of like, whoa, what is all this? And how do you do it? So I had to learn. A couple of meeting basics. One is every now and again at webinars, I get this kind of frazzled chat message saying, the slides aren't big enough. Can you make the slides bigger? And that's always because the person is not looking in speaker view. So in case you don't know, at the top right of your Zoom window, there's a little button called View, and you just switch it to speaker view, and then you'll be able to see the slides full screen. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, I don't like webinars where someone is just talking at you for an hour and you don't have an opportunity to ask questions or interact or actually have, two-way communication. I much prefer the two-way communication. So if you want to ask questions, absolutely. You can either put them in the chat, and I'll check the chat from time to time, and so will Teresa. Or if I'm in between sentences or in between paragraphs, you could take a risk and turn your mic on and ask the question. The other thing is, this week, for some reason, Zoom has decided to have a little fun by occasionally turning my microphone off. So I've got two microphones set up here in case that happens. But the thing is, I won't know it's happened unless somebody in chat says, "Mic!" exclamation. And that way I'll know to switch to the other mic. Make sense? Great. Thanks. Okay, so let's get going. Oh, yeah. So what do I know about membership sites? Why should you pay any attention to what I have to say? Well, of course, nothing. I know nothing about them, and you shouldn't pay any attention. But that aside, my largest community metaverse membership site, and the reason that we call it metaverse, is, which I actually did call it at the time, is because right now Amazon and Facebook have joined to put billions of dollars into creating what they call the metaverse. And we did it 25 years ago. We did exactly what they're doing. 3D, multi-user, people with mansions and cars and jobs and a whole city set 100 years in the future, interacting in 166 countries. And we grew to 1.3 million members, became really, really popular. It was receiving 1.5 billion hits a year before I sold it. It was in the top 2,500 sites in the world at that time in terms of traffic. There was also a period of 7 years from, I think, 95 to 2002, when you couldn't go to any of those 166 countries and not find either a TV show or a magazine article about it around the world. So it was pretty visible back then. It attracted partnerships with USA Network, Sci-Fi Channel, Sony Interactive, Intel, Hallmark Entertainment, SETI, which is the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. They're now doing searches to see if there's intelligent life on Earth. And the jury's kind of out on that. Centropolis. Okay, Tim, I agree. Let's see. Centropolis, they're the guys who produced the movie Independence Day, Godzilla, and others. Warner Brothers, we did the first online music concert with a band. Here we go. With a band interacting with the audience, talking to the audience, playing their album, etc. I think there were like 600 of attendees at that time. And also Star Trek. We did the first online Star Trek convention in virtual reality, which was a blast. It was really, really fun. Okay. This is a little bit of the media that we got at the time, around the world, different press, articles, etc. And one thing I wanted to mention, back then in 95, the internet, you may remember, was basically, white text and blue links. And occasionally, if you clicked enough links, you'd see an image. And it was like, whoa, an image. And we suddenly show up on the internet with this, which is, these are various different screens. And these were animated with audio and people dancing and all sorts of stuff going on with their avatars. So people went, whoa, what the hell is this? And that's why it spread so rapidly, particularly amongst kids, because it was like, whoa, got to tell my friends about this. So it was a lot of fun. And so what is a paid membership site? Basically, it's a website focused on a specific subject which offers some kind of service only to paying members. To be able to access the service, one has to first sign up as a member, and then for every new visit, log into a password-protected area on the membership site. Paid membership sites can also have free sections to encourage visitors to become paying members. And as you'll see later, I highly, highly recommend that model of having the free intro area rather than asking them to pay whatever it is immediately. So, just a couple of statistics. Creating a paid membership site can be one of the most lucrative ways for an entrepreneur to make money online. Quite commonly, monthly membership fees are around $29.97, sometimes less, often more. Having 1,000 members would give you a regular and predictable $29,000 income per month, as long as the members can be kept happy with the service, which I'm going to also cover. And many membership sites, including Michael's, are $97 per month. Only 87 people paying $97 per month is more than $100,000 a year. This is one of the reasons why online membership sites are such a potential goldmine. So why membership sites? 17% of sites make over $1 million a year in profit, not revenue. Almost 60% of sites are profitable in under a year. People are willing to pay for content they are incredibly passionate about. One thing I want to mention, these statistics came from when I first wrote these slides or first started giving this seminar, and that was like, I think, 2016. I haven't been able to find current statistics that make much sense. But this third one, people are willing to pay for content they are incredibly passionate about. That holds true no matter what, as you'll see. Membership sites can be about anything. Profitable sites, existing profitable sites, include sites on investing, embroidery, weightlifting, and even bouncy inflatable castles. I mean, it's wild what there are membership sites about, with rabid, passionate fans willing to pay their money to get the content to feed their passion. So a bunch of people were surveyed recently and asked what their reasons were for creating a membership site. 58% said to make more money. Another 58% said to make stable recurring revenue, which is a key one. 56% to share my knowledge and expertise. 47% to better leverage my time. 23% to establish my authority. 44% to have more impact in the world. 41% to create a better lifestyle. So those are the typical reasons. Excuse me, my phone is waving at me. I'm just going to tell it to stop. Okay, so membership site benefits. Well, having a large group of customers who know and trust you creates many new opportunities for your business. You can market your own products and services to the members. You can make recommendations for affiliate products and earn commissions, and you can sell access to your members through advertising on the site and sponsored mailings. And that's just a few. And like I say, feel absolutely free to ask questions or make comments as we go, because this is, I love having interaction rather than just one-way communication. Now, another wonderful bonus will occur when your membership site reaches a mature size. And this is something we've absolutely experienced with our main membership site, the one I showed you before. Opportunities will find you. You'll be growing as an expert in your market, and your members and other marketers will approach you with new business opportunities. It was like we didn't have to approach Microsoft or Intel or Hallmark or any of those people. They came to us because they saw, my God, there are these millions of people, millions of eyeballs, 24/7 in so many countries. We want access. And so we did some very, very nice, very fun partnerships. So results of my own research is the real consistent money, and more of it is in online membership sites. And I've been making most of my income from the web since '95. And this has held true since then, because '95 was when I had my first membership site. And they're just a potential wonderful source of recurring income if you do them right. The building of an email lists to promote to is the other major internet marketer successful action, as I'm sure you know. And membership sites enable far greater opportunities for multiple revenue streams, and by their very nature, build email customer lists. So it's kind of like you get the best of both. Joint venture partners enable credibility and cross-promotion. When we were partnering with some of those major companies, not only were we promoting, they were too. So it was fantastic. We got double the bang for our buck. Another successful action is the giveaway of informational ebooks and other information products with embedded affiliate links. And here's the thing, everyone, I don't mind who they are. Everyone has something they are expert in or passionate about. And there are people all over the world who would pay to get your information and views. Does that make sense?
No. Question, Tony. What is an embedded affiliate link? Define that, would you?
Okay, sure. Let's say you've got an ebook, and in it, you mention some kind of product or service or software that relates to what you're talking about, and it's something that would be valuable to your readers. Then you just put a link in that, and when they click on that link has a code in it that tells whoever is selling that product or service that it came from you, and they pay you a commission. Make sense? Good. Yeah, affiliates are marketers who promote the products of others in exchange for a commission.
So Tony, can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
I'm piggybacking off of that embedded and the link piece. So how do you set those contracts up to begin with those embedded links with those affiliates? Do they reach you? Do you go back to them? Is there a source?
Well, here's the thing. Practically any site that's selling something, if you go down to the bottom in the footer or even in the header, you'll see a link that says affiliates. And you click on that, and there's a form where you can sign up as an affiliate. And mostly what they want to know is, the usual stuff, your name and email. Some of them will ask you, what's your website and how you're promoting. Many of them don't. Many of them you just sign up, and they also ask usually for your PayPal account, not your PayPal account, your PayPal email, so they can pay you. And they also then, once you sign up, you're given access to a back office where there's promotional materials that you can use and stick on your website or in your emails or wherever you'd like to promote that product or service. Okay. As we know, ebook sales are skyrocketing. Now, the typical functionalities of an online membership site are obviously protected areas with password login. Registration page, a login page, of course. A page where the members can edit their profiles. And the profile is what other members can view for when they want to get any communication with other members, which is a whole other thing which I'm going to cover, because not all membership sites have this. Or the same thing, members list with profiles. But as I'm going to cover later, there are many, many reasons to have this. Member management, where you can change membership levels, pause a person's membership, ban members who are getting unruly. This is particularly when you have like a community membership site where people are able to interact with each other, which is really, for me, the mother lode of membership sites. It's what makes
Yep. Marshall has his hand raised there for a minute.
Oh, so he does.
Good question.
Hey, Marshall, speak. Open your mic and speak. Okay, I'm going to ask.
Sorry,
Oh, good.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Hi, Marshall.
Hi. Why wouldn't you then sign up for every affiliate site in the world and just take whatever comes? There's got to be a better answer to that.
Well, for me, the answer is time. Because to be an affiliate, you got to promote whatever that product or service is, and you got to spend the time to sign up to every site in the world, which is billions now, right? Or millions,
Yeah.
at least millions. I mean, I don't know if you have the time to sign up to millions of affiliate sites. I don't. But the thing, here's the real.
As much discretion.
Absolutely. Here's the real answer is, I'm only going to recommend as an affiliate something I believe in, something I've tested and go, wow, this is something I want to let people know about. And so I will create an affiliate relationship with that vendor who has that product or service, and I will promote them, and they in return will pay me. But I'm not going to just randomly promote dog food, because it's really not an area that I'm passionate about. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, you use more discretion than just to sign up someone. You just put a dog do on Gleason and he happens to on your site and bought something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Definitely. Yes, definitely want to be more selective. Okay.
Michael has one more question, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So he does.
Just want to add to this. The affiliates, they need to be select to build your brand or your whatever your product is. It really needs to fit and be complementary. If you don't make this a good offering and you lose your clientele in 10,000 links, it's not going to fly. It needs to be a value
Absolutely.
and not a noise.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the major thing. It has to be relevant to what you're doing and has to be symbiotic. Another thing is multiple membership levels, which I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover various different membership models. PayPal, Stripe, or 2Checkout, Authorize.net, whatever payment subscription system you use. I personally just like PayPal because if they don't have a PayPal account, they get the option to use their credit card. And it's just very simple to set up. And Authorize.net is powerful, but in my experience, a pain to set up. And I'm sure I've done a number of times for various clients, but it's not enjoyable. Autoresponder integration, so that you can send mailings to your members and send them at particular times and in response to particular activities. Affiliate program integration, of course. And this one, which I'm going to cover a little bit later in a lot more depth, discussion forums, chat, blogs, etc. And a lot of membership sites don't have discussion forums or any way for the members to interact and communicate to each other. And in my experience, it's a major omitted thing because it's what will make a membership site. It's what will make members keep coming back to the site. Because, and particularly if you go to the next level and have a community built around your members, what we discovered is people will come for the subject. In our case, they came for the 3D because it was so bizarre and wild to see 3D on a website in 1995. But they stayed for the friendships and they kept coming back for those friendships. And that was a major, major lesson that we learned. Now, typical things that membership sites deliver, and it's not all of these. Some of them have just one of them. Some of them have three. Some of them have whatever. But there can be courses. There can be workshops, webinars, printable items, articles, individual tutorials, live calls, Q&A calls, group coaching calls, community, such as forums, which is already seen I'm just passionate about, physical products, in-person events, perks and discounts for members only. And that's like, if you do have an affiliate relationship with somebody else, get it set up so your members get a discount. Private coaching, and that's the private coaching one is the real moneymaker, because people will start, paying a low monthly fee for just access to content. They'll pay more for content and interaction and community and stuff like that. And they'll pay, included in that would be things like the monthly call with a bunch of members together where they've got an opportunity to ask questions, group coaching call at a certain price. And then the real jump in price comes when you get into private coaching. Tools or software that are useful to them in your particular niche. And of course, those would be affiliate partnerships. And few of them have job boards or directories. And other, 3%. Anyway, those are some of the core things. And you can, after this, start looking at, which of these things and which other things perhaps that aren't covered on this list you could be offering in your membership site. So, how to get started? Well, research and choose a topic or passion. And as I said before, it can be anything. I mean, if you look on the web at membership sites around the world, you'll find the most extraordinary and very popular membership sites on wild subjects. So don't for any moment think that your subject might be too out there. It won't. Actually, I want to turn things around for a second before I go further and actually ask each of you. And rather than kind of talking all at once, you can use the chat if you want. Just let me know what your area, your niche, your area of expertise, passion that you might be creating a membership site is. So I'm now looking at the chat, hoping someone will type. Training.
There's a problem here, Tony.
Yeah.
We're all just normal people. I mean, we're normal, regular people. We're poor and they don't have anything to offer to the world.
Well, let's see if that's true. Let's see as they, so we've got training, trumpet playing, motorcycles, business coaching, business advisor. Okay.
I take back what I said.
Good. I bet, Tim, if you really looked at your life, you'll find some area where you have a passion, you have a burning interest, and that other people around the world probably do too. Application cybersecurity, interesting. Career coach, corporate culture, interesting. Good. So I have a client that has health info to promote. Yeah, that's a very strong area. Very strong. Great. Well, thank you so much for that. So everybody except Tim.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, Tony. So is there somewhere in research that you've looked at or that you could refer us to where we can look at, there's so much information out there that anybody could pick different topics. And, is there some place that we can look at? So say I'm interested in training, that I can look at others that have done the training. There's a list, or do I just have to search for that and find them like they would for us?
Well, I do a kind of combination of both. I'll put in to Google whatever the subject area is and see what comes up. And then I'll also try things like best of, or those kind of things and see if I can get a list page.
Like keywords and just keep looking.
Yeah. Does anybody here know the answer to Teresa's question? Because I usually get plenty of information just by using Google for that. Okay. So let me look over in the chat for a second. I've got 4 monitors, so I got to look in that direction to see what you guys are saying. Leadership and corporate culture, business data, digital transformation. Cool. Career coach. Good. That's a very popular one. Now, Teresa, you said training. Training's a very broad subject. Training in what?
Well, I do look primarily in manufacturing. I go in and work for the consultant side and then I'll develop training programs and observation. So I would probably focus on maybe that area. That's kind of been more expertise in recent years. It seems to be drawn.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I was wondering what Michael's doing. He said he started. What did you do, Michael?
Well, it's more top-line consulting, marketing, sales, and cost to get the business owner, small to medium-sized business to be profitable. And some of them were struggling. Like I do this for fun because I like to help people, and I'm not necessarily making the big bucks, but the consulting is the biggest portion of the business. So you're right. I have the subscription to the training, then I have the group coaching, and then I have the consulting, and the people can. So I have an ebook that you can download, but I will have to add some affiliate links in there. This is a good idea.
For sure. Good. Okay. So, continuing in how to get started. So basically decide on what content you will offer, find and research any competition in your niche, and find out what content they are offering, what they are charging, etc. So this is your basic market research, competitive research, to have a look at the field and see who you're going to be competing against.
Mhm.
And also another thing I look at is what avenues are they using to promote as well. Decide on the number of membership levels you will have. That will be easier for you to do after we've covered a bit more in this webinar. Allocate which content goes into which levels. Decide on the prices and names for each level. Decide on the name for your membership site and obtain that domain. Set up the hosting for the site. Install WordPress and the key plugins. As you probably know, these days 40% of the web is WordPress, and there's a good reason for that. It makes things, especially membership sites, much easier to build. Decide which emailing program to integrate with the site. Purchase the membership site software, and I'm going to cover some of that in a minute. Decide on which additional functions or features the site should have, e.g. discussion forums, affiliates module, full social community functions, and then build the site. So these are the basic steps that I kind of always follow when building a membership site. And the thing about membership sites is everyone has different needs, and all membership software shares some basic functionalities, but some of them have extra functions and some are missing functionalities, at least in terms of what I might need. So you need to determine, and I usually do this with a spreadsheet, and list exactly what you need your membership site software to be able to do. And you check if they have those functions. These are some of the popular membership site software, and I'm going to cover quite a number more in a minute. And before I do that, actually, Michael, which software are you using?
I actually found out the whole setup, and I just give it the content and let them do. So,
So you don't know which system they're using?
but I think it's WordPress from what I see.
Right. WordPress is the basic infrastructure, but on top of that, they'll have a membership plugin system that they're using. And you don't know. Okay. Well, you might recognize one of these names that comes up here on this list. But Restrict Content Pro is one. Paid Memberships Pro is another. Paid Member Subscriptions, Member Mouse, S2 Member, WP Members, MemberPress, A Member Pro, WP eMember, Wishlist, Magic Members, Digital Access Pass. And I've built membership sites in many of these, and some of them I like better than others, and some of them I dislike passionately. I'll just mention two that I don't like at all, just to save you the time and trouble. Wishlist, I don't like at all. It's quite popular, but it's also the code is completely encrypted, which means if you want a custom function, you're in trouble. A Member Pro it's good, but it's ridiculously complex, ridiculously hard to set up and hard to use. S2 Member, I don't know if it's still free. It was very popular for a time because of being free, but it was also quite complex and quite buggy. WP eMember, I've built a number of sites with that and used to like it a lot, but I ran into some kind of problem about 2 years ago, and the tech support had completely changed and really was not helpful. And I ended up actually rebuilding that site in a different system. Anyway, so some membership models. One model is just complete lockdown. People can't get into the site at all unless they log in. Another one is the 2-tier site, which is a free tier with great content and features, which is used as a leader and a teaser into the paid tier with the premium content and features not available to the free tier. Michael, does your site have both?
I have to unmute. Yes, I have some user content. The book is for free, and the learning nuggets are for free, so just to get them accustomed. And some of the one-on-one coaching customers, I give the website, the learning site for free.
Right.
So they can prepare, and I don't have to do so much front-end work. So
Sure.
that helped me.
Good. Thank you.
I have a question also. So before you move forward, Tony. So with Michael's situation and also the ones that you build on, can you, in those tiers, if you decide that you want to go ahead and waive a fee for someone that comes on, can you do that?
Yes,
Do you have that capability?
absolutely. You can also do free trials, 7-day, 30-day, whatever it might be.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, with some software, not all of the membership programs. In fact, that's one of the things when I'm looking at a membership program software or plugin, that's one of the things I wanted to be able to do. And our own favorite model is 3-tier, which is a free tier with limited access and zero interactivity. And then a free tier with similar access, but they are able to interact to a degree, ask questions, etc., chat, that kind of thing. And they must give you their email address so you can build your list. And then a paid tier with access to premium content and features not available to the free tiers. And of course, you can have multiple paid tiers, as Michael does. So some quick ways to get content. Write or create it yourself. You can repurpose existing materials such as blogs, videos, ebooks, audios, articles. You can use PLR, which is private label rights, or is it public label rights? Can never remember. It's very inexpensive content that others have written or public domain content. Get it written or created for you. That's like people like Elance, Odesk, onlinejobs.ph, which is where Filipinos go looking for American bosses and charge incredibly low rates for often wonderful work. Craigslist, Fiverr, iWriter, etc. You can join venture with content partners, even competitors. You can interview other experts. There's a website called RTIR Report where people are advertising to do interviews if you want to interview people in your membership. And you can also have the members create content. That was one of our most successful actions with our, the massive community that I showed you earlier. We just set things up so that the members could create 3D homes and cars and shops and whatever, which they love doing. And it grew our content just exponentially. So now, how do you get members to your membership site, or people to your membership site? Webinars, articles, repurposed content, social media and bookmarking, inviting friends and colleagues, associates, and having an affiliate program, forums, groups, and create Facebook groups, comment on blogs in your niche, free giveaway ebooks, YouTube videos, encourage members to invite their friends. That was another of our most successful actions is we gave our members rewards for referring other people to the site. Now, in our situation, in the big site, it was pretty easy for us to give rewards because we would actually award members what were called experience points for doing different things in the community, for taking jobs, for helping others, for referring people, whatever. And as their experience points grew, so did their status in the community. And status in online communities is a very major thing for people. And yeah, so encouraging members to invite their friends was very successful for us. Optimized press releases, SEO, Facebook ads, affiliates. I mean, all the usual basics of promotion. And when 1,000 member sites were recently surveyed and asked what is the main source of new members, 27% said content marketing, 27% said email marketing, 4% paid advertising, 13% social media, 5% webinars and workshops, 0.56% affiliates, which is interesting because they're obviously not rewarding their affiliates well enough. In-person events, 7%, launches, product launches, 1%, referral, word of mouth, 5%, and not sure, 12%. So not sure is a big one. So let's do a lot more not sure. No, I'm kidding, of course. Okay, some ways to get people to sign up to the free tiers. Offer free giveaways. Offer access to extra content. Offer ability to interact and ask questions. Some ways to get people to sign up to a paid tier. Offer early bird discounts. Find out what's really valuable to your target audience survey. This, I have to say, was one of the very most important reasons for our growth with the big site, the one that had 1.3 million members, because we would constantly survey the members. We'd have town council meetings and all sorts of other things because we were in 3D virtual reality. And we would find out, what do you want? What else do you want? And then we would provide that and create it and provide it. And by constantly finding out what they wanted and providing it, we were able to build and keep our members really, really well. Offer, even more than they're expecting, such as software. Create irresistible content only available to the paid tier. And that's a very interesting dance to kind of set it up so there's enough really good, valuable content in the free tier, but there's irresistible content in the paid tier. And it might take them, 30 days, 90 days of free tier stuff before they suddenly go, I really want that paid tier. In the case of us, it was typically 30 to 90 days. Because we had a full-blown community and social interaction, we would actually give a 90-day free trial because we found that it took 90 days before they had enough. And it was also a massive site. It's like 250 pages and thousands of homes and things. So it would take them typically 2 to 3 months to explore the whole thing and build enough friends to the point where they couldn't possibly leave because they didn't want to not have access to their friends. And so then they would sign up. Rewards for interacting and helping. That's particularly useful in the forums. If you give members, jobs in the forums, which they love to have, and they love the status, then they can get extra rewards for interacting and helping, and that will help keep people. In the free tier, have some way on the screen to show the interactivity that there is interactivity going on. That's kind of easier to do when you have a community aspect, and there are add-on community plugins which I'll show shortly. When you have that, it's very easy to show that there's activity going on, and people kind of see that activity and go, "Hey, I want to be part of that." Best ways to keep members. Offer ever more valuable content, features each week or month is fine. Pre-schedule or drip feed content. Be there and interact. Answer questions, help people. This was something that this is almost spooky. It's a kind of spiritual thing that we observed. It's like I was the founder of the big site that I showed you earlier, and I had a lot of status in the site. In fact, I was literally treated like a god. It was pretty wild. But when I was there to interact, answer questions, and help people, when I was actually there at the site in 3D or even in 2D, the membership, the amount of interactivity going on was, say, at this level, and the amount of new people coming in and joining up was at this level, or maybe this level. But when I went away for maybe 2 weeks, maybe I went on vacation or I was doing something else, both of those things dropped kind of way, way down just from the absence. It was really very, very interesting to observe. And I found other community owners and membership site owners that have experienced the same thing. They build a membership site and then they just leave it, hoping it will just grow by itself. And they don't interact with their members. Not a good way to go. Survey, 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 as I mentioned. Over-deliver, of course. Bigger rewards for interacting and helping, discounts on products. Autoresponders with valuable info and pointing out letting them know the new site content, them coming back to your site. And having community features, which for me, you've probably heard the term killer app, the kind of the thing that just really, like viral stuff, the thing that really, really makes a massive difference. For me, in a membership site, the killer app is community. Always has been and still is. So there are 3 basic kinds of membership sites. There's probably more, but these are the basic ones. Info only. Just information. 2, some interactivity. In other words, they've got discussion forums. They can ask questions, post things, interact with each other. And then real sticky interactivity. And by sticky, I mean they keep coming back and they keep telling their friends, and you have a growing, living entity. And that's full-blown social community features. And that number 3 is by far my favorite because it means the difference. In fact, I think I might mention it here. Yeah. An active community is the key to building a long life site, years versus months. Because if people in your site have no interactivity, they drop off. They'll maybe do your course and then they're gone. But if you want them to keep coming back and keep interacting, put community there. And as I said, people come for the subject, but they stay for the friendships and interactions. And what do I mean by community? I mean things just like, profiles, member profiles, the ability for members to create groups, activity stream like a Facebook feed, notifications, friendships, the ability to make friends with other people in the community, private messaging, all the things that make it so that people in that subject, in that area, that niche, with a similar passion, can communicate not only with you, but with each other. And that's so, so key. If you give that, it's like your membership site is like, here's a typical membership site, is a community membership site. It's night and day. And it's much, much more longevity to your membership site. Revenue possibilities, monthly, quarterly, annual, lifetime. I usually offer monthly, annual, and lifetime. Monthly, let's say it's whatever it is per month. Annual, you give them 12 months for the price of 10. Lifetime is, a larger sum, but it's lifetime access. And there are, many people who go for the lifetime. Affiliate product sales via the site itself or emailings, or affiliate product sales via free ebook giveaways. Sales of your own ebooks, videos, courses, and coaching products. Sales of ad space. Joint venture partner cross-promotional campaigns. Google AdSense. Income from your own affiliate programs where people affiliate for you. Is there an affiliate for your site? And they get a percentage of new members or lifetime fees or whatever it might be. What to charge? Membership sites charge from as low as a few dollars per month to hundreds of dollars a month. It totally depends on your particular niche market, what your particular niche market will bear, and how unique and valuable your content is. In the areas of the financial area and consulting and training and all that kind of stuff, 97 is a typical fee that you see a lot. It really depends. Like I said before, you only have to have 1,000 members at 87 to be earning 100,000. However, you'll get a lot more members at 29.97, and 1,000 of those a month is 30,000 a month. So you have to kind of look at what's your sweet spot. And if you're doing this totally brand new and you actually have no idea what to charge, I recommend that you just start low, build the membership. In fact, we started free and we built the membership by starting completely free. And then once we had a nice big core membership, we started adding these incredibly irresistible extra functions if they started to pay, to go to the paid tier. And it was encouraging to other people coming to the site to see a lot of members already there, because, they felt, okay, this might be something worthwhile. Where if they go to a site and there's like 3 members, it's not going to give you much credibility. And when you start free or low price, you let people know the price will be rising, but those who sign up at the low price will be grandfathered in at that price. That works very well.
So, I have a quick question as we're coming to the end here. Doris had one question in the chat wanting to know if you were going to have a way to share the slides with everyone.
Oh, absolutely. Just email me at this email address, trockcliffe@gmail.com, and I'll send you all the slides. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let me look over the questions. Look over the, Michael. Oh, good. yourprofitengineer.com. I'll definitely check that, Michael. Thanks. Chris Ahern's companies as a done for you service. Good. Where did you see Dora's question? I don't see it in my chat. I can't hear you.
I sent it directly to Teresa. Sorry, I was trying not to distract you while you were speaking.
Appreciate it. Okay, so now it's kind of a free for all. And Bonnie, I see your hand, so go.
Yes, great content presentation, Tony. Let me just say that at 3 different times during your presentation, I jotted down a question that I wanted to ask, and within 2 or 3 minutes, you had already answered it. So I've known you for a long time. That doesn't surprise me, but thank you for always being so thorough and just being so thorough. Okay. Here's one question that I'd like for you to expand on, if you could,
Sure.
in regards to the content. I know you said, new content weekly or monthly, and I know it's probably target audience specific, but can you give me an example or ballpark of how much content when you're talking about weekly content?
I shouldn't really have put weekly. Even as I was reading that, I was thinking, no, monthly is more realistic these days.
Okay. So let me say, for example, I have this. I'm working with this person who is creating. He's already written his book, and he's creating some membership around. Wants to create some membership around how to get better at his particular field, how to go fund health, and if we put out monthly content. What does that look like? And a neurotic suggestion with an Amazon affiliate link, or is a 300-word long post better?
Well,
Combo.
like you said, it is so specific to your public and
Right.
what they need, and that's why surveying is so important, because you find out what do they want,
Good point. Yeah.
and then you provide that, and it's going to be different for different audiences.
Okay. Of course, I should have. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Oh,
I have a question for Teresa. Teresa, you say you have 6 grandchildren. To my, I only have 3. How old is your oldest child? Your audio's off.
I'm so used to being muting. My oldest child is 45.
Your oldest child is 45.
Yes.
So you had
So you had your child when your first child when
5 when you were 11 years old.
Something like that.
Wow.
No, no, a lot older than that, but thank you.
So Tony, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm fascinated by these Zoom meetings, and everybody I think has the same question I do, which is where is everybody? Where is everybody tuning up from? Is that a persona non grata question? Should I not be asking that?
No, it's fine.
It's good.
I'm in New York right now, but I live in Tampa, Florida. Where's everybody else from?
Springfield, Missouri is where I'm at, but I work in Houston, Texas.
Cool.
I'm in Tampa.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, not Tampa, it's Tampa Bay.
Oh, great. We've got all these Floridians there.
Yeah, look.
Yes, what made, I mean,
And look, Hamburg, Germany.
Hamburg, Germany. I'm from Frankfurt, southern Frankfurt, Darmstadt.
Yeah, I figured you were. I haven't been to Frankfurt, but I've been to Munich a lot.
That's great, man.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Most interesting.
Yeah.
cool. So, any other?
And I'm sorry, Tony. I drew everybody up on a side thing.
It's totally fine. Any other questions?
Yes. Can I ask the question just one voice, or do I have to write?
Voice is fine.
Okay, good. So, actually, I was trumpeting my whole lifetime, and I had some problems, and I came over these problems, and I found out by practicing. I found out some very simple things how to improve and help trumpet players, which is not so common knowledge, and goes down to much more simplicity in playing. It becomes more and more simple. That's what I found out. And my question is, I always thought about doing membership side, but I had no clue how I could teach the members into this membership side, because I thought, okay, it's at some point the content is set, and then it's over.
Yeah, that's when you have to get bright and, as I said before, survey and find out other things that your members would be interested in finding out from you
Okay.
or receiving from you.
Mm-hmm. So it basically has to there's something within this membership side which goes beyond that what I can offer as a trumpet player, like maybe content from other trumpet players who give their successful actions. So what's that?
Yeah, what if once a month for members only you had a behind-the-scenes interview with a famous trumpeter or some other trumpeter who answered questions, gave tips, gave information on how he succeeded in his business? I mean, there's so many possibilities.
And is there, do you recommend the specific book also in which I can find the additional things I can put into this membership site so that they keep running? Or maybe you have some publication?
Well, you remember the list earlier of things that people tend to put in membership sites?
Yes.
Because let me see what.
Maybe then I ask you for sending the slides, and then I make a write up.
Yeah, let me look here. Yeah, there was this one. And this is not everything, because actually I do have a list that I put together for somebody else that probably has double the amount. I can send you that.
Well, that would be great.
You just make a note. Yeah. And you can also look at other people who are teaching music related subjects in membership sites and see what kind of things they're offering.
Great. And may I tell you a short anecdote?
Sure.
Have you heard about the name Jerry Hay?
Say that again.
Jerry Hay?
Jerry?
Did you hear Jerry Hay? Did you hear this name?
I'm not sure.
Jerry Hay was the one arranger for Earth, Wind and Fire, Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay. I wondered why the name was kind of familiar, but I couldn't quite place where from. Okay, good.
I was he was kind of an idol for me before the internet age, and it took me 7 years to find out his teacher, and I couldn't get in touch with him.
Huh.
And I always wanted to let he hears me and give me some tip, because I was struggling. And then I found a guy who was the student of Jerry Hay. I got a lesson from the student, and this opened up the door to Jerry Hay.
Uh-huh.
And then he said, make a recording of the lesson, and I take a short look, and then maybe have some tip for you. And he did it. He said one sentence, and this totally changed my playing to the better. Was one sentence.
Wow. Fantastic.
And no one, this blew my mind.
That's awesome.
You have to tell us the sentence. What was the sentence?
I can tell you the sentence that it's basically sometimes on something for trumpet players or horn players and the brass players like trombone, trumpet, and so. And it has to do something with a sound model or a sound concept. And they said, listen to tone and listen to this centered sound. This was one sentence, and this changed everything.
That's a terrific story.
Yes.
Right.
So what I did was basically I imagined when playing just as a mock-up only. I played and I made a mock-up that my sound is centered. And then I played and kept creating this mock-up. And then my sound got centered as long as I mocked this concept up. And everything changed to the better. So it's kind of goal-oriented playing with visualizing the sound in your head and then playing. And then the body starts to rearrange so that the sound comes out, which is in your mind.
Makes sense. So, Tim, I want you to apply that to your trumpet playing.
Not only that, but I have another question. This is a shocking question because it actually has something to do with the webinar today. How much would you charge, or how much would it cost us to set up a membership site, which is what this entire webinar is about?
You want Chris to answer that or me? I'm kidding.
I was thinking of you, Tony,
Okay.
because we're right here in the Tampa Bay area.
Sure. Well, membership sites, if you look up online and you actually say, how much does it cost to build a membership site? They usually quote anywhere from 3,000 to 20,000, but 20,000 is completely unnecessary. In my experience, 3,000 is good for a basic membership site. If you want to add, community functions and affiliate modules and discussion forums, they're little extra add-ons. But even if you did, had all the add-ons, it would be less than 5,000.
Interesting. So that we can come to you and say, "Look, Tony, I've got a great idea. I want to put it online. Will you build me such a site?"
Sure.
We can do that.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I do.
Cool.
It's good to know.
The last question. Probably everybody noticed that Tony talks funny because he's a subject of the Queen. Can you tell us about this? Is this the 70th Jubilee that the Queen is having right now, even as we speak?
My goodness. No, I haven't kept in touch.
No, it is
Queen-
very important. I think we should all close maybe with a rousing rendition of God Save Win-Win. The same God Save Win-Win together.
I think that they lost Tom Honey's invitation in the mail.
It must be. Yeah, I haven't had even an email from the Queen in quite a while,
Oh, no.
That's what he,
Falling off her radar, Johnny.
I guess.
right.
I know it's the 70s.
All right.
Okay.
And that's it's like platinum. So celebrating 70 years on the throne.
70 years. Wow.
70 years.
It's available.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for all your feedback and your interactivity and for attending.
Thank you, Johnny, and thank you, Teresa.
Welcome. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Okay.